Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
And as you just heard from that opening clip, Trump is talking about a new financial system. And it's going to be based on blockchain. Now, this all ties into this digital ID system and everything else, because what's going to happen is you are going to have a digital currency that is going to be tied into your digital ID. It's going to be tied to your medical records, and the list goes on. And this is all setting the stage for the mark of the beast. This is all setting the stage for their new world order that they continue to talk about, or Trump's golden age. And even here recently, you have this being reported that banks must prepare for a crisis if there were to be an alien invasion. Yes, you read that right. You read that right on the screen. Alien invasion. Obviously, aliens aren't real the way that they would have you to believe them to be. You know, these little green men running around, flying around, and flying saucers and whatever else. But aliens are real in a sense, because aliens are demons. This is what aliens are. But the fact that you have so many people coming out talking about a new financial system, you have Trump talking about this recently at the World Economic Forum. You had Larry Fink of BlackRock talking about this. So believe them when they tell you, because this is what's next on their agenda. They want to collapse the old way completely. This is why you see everything happening the way that you do with the economy, so they can bring in their new order, their new system. They've wanted this for quite some time, which isn't good, because as I've already stated, this is setting the stage for the mark of the beast. And the fact that they are talking about stuff like this right here, about how banks must prepare for a alien invasion, that's all tying together also with the new order because of Project Bluebeam. But here's what Larry Fink talked about when it comes to this new financial system.
I think the movement towards tokenization, decimalization is necessary. It's ironic that we see two emerging countries leading the world in decimalization, in the tokenization and digitization of their currency. That's Brazil and India. I think we need to move very rapidly to doing that. We would be reducing fees. We would do more democratization by reducing more fees if we had all investments on a tokenized platform, that you can move from a tokenized money market fund to equities and bonds and back and forth. We have one common blockchain. We can reduce corruption. So I would argue that yes, we have more dependencies on maybe one blockchain, which we could all talk about. But that being said, the activities are probably processed and more secure than ever before.
So as you just heard, it's not just Trump talking about it. Larry Fink recently talked about it, talking about a global digital currency, one blockchain to rule all. Now, again, this sounds like the one world order, the new world order system. And again, this is not good. This isn't good, because this is going to eventually lead to the mark of the beast system, where they are going to be like, hey, you need this under your skin in order to make purchases and everything else. And this goes right along with the Bible, because obviously in the Bible, it talks about how you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have this mark. So this is why everything is going on the way that it is. They are slowly but surely introducing this digital hellscape, this digital future. And just recently, Trump just announced the new Fed chair, which is son-in-law to Ronald Lauder. So there you have it. And Ronald Lauder is not good news at all. In fact, he has made some very interesting comments in the past when it comes to a certain group of individuals, and I will just leave it at that. And what should happen if you speak out against this certain group of individuals. So again, all of this stuff is setting the stage, including this right here. It's all setting the stage for their new order system. It's going to get to the point where you are not allowed to speak out against certain people, certain groups, and certain things, or you will be dealt with. You will be thrown into prison or worse. But here's this clip from Ronald Lauder. Check this out.
All world leaders, all politicians must lead in this effort. Words are not enough. Political speeches are not enough. Laws must be passed, severe, tough, real laws that will put these hate mongers away in prison for a long time.
So there you have it. How loving and how kind, right? And to add to the mockery, you have the satanic puppet herself, and I use that term loosely, Nicki Minaj, was just awarded a gold card. You know, the one that you have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for if you want to become a U.S. citizen, right? Oh, yes, she was just pretty much given one. And again, this just adds to the mockery because Nicki Minaj is part of the club. Trump is part of the club. All of these people are part of the same club. And it's just laughable how this satanic puppet, Nicki Minaj, is all aboard the MAGA train.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
So it's just ridiculous as you even watched from that clip. I really feel as if I'm in the Twilight Zone with all of this stuff going on, with all of this stuff happening right now. It really feels like a bad sitcom at this point because you can't help but laugh because of all of the foolishness that is going on anymore. Everything that is happening is all by design, though. It's all part of rituals. It's all part of chaos. It's all part of their order out of chaos, and the list goes on. So it's no surprise that they are pushing Nicki Minaj out there like that just to mock people further because, again, Nicki Minaj is part of the club. Nicki Minaj is a satanic puppet. She has, on multiple different occasions, flashed their signs and their symbols. As you can see on the screen right here, the monarch butterfly, which is mind control, MK Ultra. There's a reason why she's flashed this stuff because she's obviously in the club. She's obviously part of the system, just like the rest of these people. These people are all a bunch of satanic losers, and they think that they are winning. They think that they are, you know, on the right side of things pretty much. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, everything happening currently, it's truly laughable. And I hope maybe this might wake more people up, but who really knows at this point? Because honestly, it's getting to a point where it's getting scary how so many people blindly follow anything that Trump does. They blindly follow this man. And now he's having this satanic puppet right out in the open, you know, supporting him, being paraded around and being given a gold card, which is obviously all a show, because politics are political theater. Politics are a bad script. It's a WWE script, just like pretty much everything else. At the end of the day, it's all about divide. It's all about distract. It's all about order out of chaos, as I've already talked about earlier in the show. And again, this right here is part of the distraction as they continue to push forward with their idea of this new financial system that Trump talked about in the opening clip. So they use all of these things like Nicki Minaj and everything else as distractions to keep people focused on this stuff as they are slowly but surely putting the final pieces together for the Mark of the Beast system. This is what you are seeing. This is what you are witnessing happen. So this is why this is relevant to everything else, because it's all part of their plan. Trump has been pushing the idea of this digital currency for quite some time, this cryptocurrency, making America the crypto capital and everything else. He's talked about this on multiple different occasions. So it's no surprise that he is talking about this grand scheme of this new financial system that's going to be on blockchain. It's no surprise that Larry Fink is talking about the same thing, because Trump and Larry Fink are buddy buddies. So it's no surprise that all of this is being done. You are witnessing the final pieces of their sick and sadistic puzzle. These people are truly, 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 truly evil. They worship Satan. They worship Lucifer. And this golden age that Trump talks about is part of their plan. It's part of their plan for their new order. Again, it's no accident. It's no coincidence that all of these people are talking about a new world order, something that was deemed a conspiracy, something that if you mentioned years ago, you would be viewed as a Looney Tune, a loony bin. And now they are right out in the open talking about all of this. All of this is part of their plan because they want to completely collapse the old system, the old way. And they want to bring in their new order system that is completely run on this blockchain type system. And when it's all like that, when it's all digital, they pretty much have you at that point, because if you speak out against certain things, they can just cut you off from your money and everything else. So this is why all of this is happening the way that it is, because then they further have control over any and everything that you do or say. And if you get out of line, well, guess what? You get cut off from everything. Everything. And it's all part of their plan. As always, I would ask that you would please like this video, comment down below, share wherever you can think of sharing. And this is Truth Seeker signing out.